Hello dear students, how are you all? I hope you all are fine. This is Nilesh Patil sir from the English Academy, and in this lecture I am recording for my dear students of 10th SSC, and in today's lecture we are going to study the second chapter of Geography, Location and Extent of India and Brazil. Friends, in this chapter we are going to make a comparative study of these two countries. We are going to see where exactly on the globe these two countries lie. We are going to compare their size. We'll see the neighboring countries. We'll also talk about the historical background of both these countries. So it is quite important to understand this chapter because you people are going to study this whole year the geography of India and Brazil. So if you people have some basic information about the two countries, you people will definitely find it useful. So without wasting our time, we'll move ahead and try to get some information about India and Brazil. Children, let's talk about the flag of India and Brazil. You all know the flag of India, our Tiranga, is a combination of three colors, the white, the green and the saffron color. You can see in the center of the flag the Ashok Chakra, whereas the flag of Brazil, which is actually called as the green and yellow, and children, here you can see in this flag Ordem e Progresso. This is what is written on the blue disc, which simply means order and progress. That is what is the motto, the national motto, which is inscribed on the flag, which you can see green and yellow colors. Yeah, yellow rhombus on the green field as it is described, and it was officially adopted as the national flag on November 19, 1889, 4 days after the proclamation of the republic. And earlier they had their Empire of Brazil flag, but it was replaced after its independence. Now friends, let's talk about India. India is the second largest populated country in the world after China, with a population of 1.25 billion people. Children, India is quite famous for spices in the world. In fact, Indian spices attracted European countries, and even today Indian spices are in great demand in the world market. Children, cricket is quite a popular game in India. You people know that many people in India believe that cricket is the national sports here, but it is not true. Cricket is popular game in India, but hockey is the national game of India. um, I hope you understand it. The popularity of cricket cannot be matched with any other game in India. Now let's talk about Brazil. Friends, Brazil is known for its samba dance, and it is also called as the coffee pot of the world. Now the reason is quite obvious, because Brazil is the largest producer and exporter of coffee in the world, and it has retained this position for the last 150 years. Children, football is quite a popular game in Brazil, so popular that Brazil is sometimes called as the country of football. And this is the only country in the world which has won the FIFA World Cup 5 times. And one more thing that I read about the football of the country is it has qualified all the World Cups. So it is the only country which has been able to qualify all the World Cups, which has played all the World Cups that were played till now. So that's an achievement of this country in the field of football. So football is quite a popular game in this country. Friends, now let's talk about India. The official name of our country is the Republic of India. Many people do not know it. The official name of India, the Republic of India. Delhi is the capital. Friends, India lies in the northeastern hemisphere. Now, what does it mean? We will try to understand with the help of a map. India is in Asia, particularly in the southern part of Asia, and India lies between 8 degrees 4 minutes north latitude to 37 degrees 6 minutes north latitude. This is what is the, these are the parallels of the latitude, and then 68 degrees 7 minutes east longitude to 97 degrees 25 minutes east longitude. So now we'll try to understand with the help of map where these parallels are. Friends, you can see the world map here and you can clearly understand that India lies to the north of equator. If you want to see equator, see this 0 degrees latitude is the equator, and to the north of it lies India. Therefore we say that India lies in the northern hemisphere. The countries that lie to the south of equator, for example, see here, a major part of Australia, you will see Australia lies in the south of equator. Therefore we will say Australia lies in the southern hemisphere, whereas India lies in the northern hemisphere. Children, if you see the 0 degrees meridian which lies here, which passes over Great Britain, uh, India lies to the east of it. Therefore we say India lies in the eastern hemisphere. So we say the latitudes we always express with relation to the directions north, whereas the longitudes are always expressed with relation to or reference to the eastern longitudes. So let us try to see with another map the latitudes and longitudes. Yes, children, you can see here another map on which I have tried to show the latitudes and longitudes. So here you can see the 8 degrees 4 minutes north latitude, and to the north here you can see 37 degrees 4 minutes north latitude, whereas here you can see the longitude 68 degrees 7 minutes east longitude to 97 degrees 25 minutes east longitude. You can see, children, the east-west expanse of the country is quite vast. Therefore, the easternmost place here in Arunachal Pradesh and the westernmost place here in Gujarat, there is a time lag of 2 hours between these two places. Now what does it mean? The time of sunrise at this place in the east and here in the west, it differs by 2 hours. So you can easily understand when it will be 6 in the morning here in the east, it will be just 4 o'clock in the morning in the west here in Gujarat. Now this time lag can cause a serious problem in communication, trade, business, and a lot many things, and therefore 82 degrees 30 minutes east is considered as the standard meridian of India. Now what does it mean? Children, the local time of this meridian is considered as the standard time for the whole country. That means when it will be 12 o'clock here at this longitude, 82 degrees 30 minutes, it will be 12 o'clock all around the country. That means it is the standard time. The clocks of the whole country are set in such a manner that the time of this longitude will be considered as the standard time of the whole country. Children, here you can see, I would like you people to observe the islands here in the Arabian Sea, Lakshadweep group of islands, and in the Bay of Bengal, you can see the Andaman and Nicobar group of island. Now we are going to observe this group of island and the Indira point, which is the southernmost location of India, in another map. Here we are. Children, Indira point is the southernmost tip of India and it is located on 6 degrees 45 minutes north parallel. Here you can see in the Nicobar Islands, you can see Indira point. Now this island, this group has got submerged. Indira Point has got submerged due to the tsunami waves that struck the coast of India. Children, Andaman and Nicobar group of islands is a major group of islands in the territory of India. It lies in the Bay of Bengal. You can see here the barren island, which is shown here. It is the only active volcano in India. Now let's talk about the land frontier of India. Children, India shares its boundaries with 7 countries of Asia, and the length of the land frontier is 15,200 kilometer. The countries that lie on the border of India are namely Pakistan, Afghanistan, China, Nepal, Bhutan, Myanmar, and Bangladesh. We are going to observe these countries on the map. Now let's talk about the countries with which India shares border. These are namely Pakistan, you can see small part of Afghanistan, China, Nepal, Bhutan. After that you can see Myanmar and Bangladesh. These are the 7 countries with which we share our border. Now children, I want you to do some work. You have to observe the map of India given in the textbook and note down the states of India that share borders with these 7 countries. So you just have to write the country and the states of India that share borders with these countries. Yes friends, now we will talk about water frontier. India shares its borders with 6 countries. Water frontier with 6 countries. The length of the water frontier, actually it is not a length of water frontier, it should be called the length of the coast of India. It is 7,517 kilometer. The countries with which we share our water frontier are Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Maldives, Indonesia, Bangladesh and Myanmar. Let us try to observe these countries on the map. In this map friends, we can see several countries can be seen here to the west of India. Here you can see India shares its water frontier with Pakistan. After that friends, you can see to the south lies the here to the south of this Lakshadweep group of islands lies Maldives. Sri Lanka is the third country. After that we share our water frontier with Bangladesh. You can clearly see here Bangladesh. Then comes Myanmar. India shares its water frontier with Myanmar. And here you can see the Sumatra group of islands of Indonesia, and these are the territorial waters, India's group of island Andaman and Nicobar. So we share our water frontier with Indonesia. So namely Pakistan, Maldives, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Myanmar and Indonesia are the 6 countries with which we share our water frontier. Now friends, let's talk about Brazil. The official name of Brazil is Federative Republic of Brazil. Please keep this in mind. Brasilia is the capital. We will try to see with the help of map. Children, some part of Brazil lies in the northern hemisphere, while most of the part of Brazil lies in the southern hemisphere. So this is a country you see through which the equator passes. Dividing this country, or you may say some part of it lies in the northern hemisphere, some part lies in the southern hemisphere. If you talk about the east west, this country completely lies in the western hemisphere. Children, the continent in which this country lies is South America, and latitudes 5 degrees 15 minutes north to 33 degrees 45 minutes south. These are the latitudes between which Brazil lies. Whereas the longitudinal extent of the country is 34 degrees 45 minutes west to 73 degrees 48 minutes west longitude. So it is clearly it can be understood that the what we can say longitudinal extent of this country is quite vast, and then it definitely has its impact on the local time and the standard time of the country. So we'll try to gather some more information about it. Let's move ahead. Yes, friend, let us try to understand the location of Brazil with the help of this map. Here you can see the 0 degrees latitude, which is called the equator, which passes through the northern part of this country. So you can see only this area to the north of this equator lies to the north in the northern hemisphere, whereas most of the part of the country lies in the southern hemisphere. Children, you can see to the west of the country, sorry, to the east of the country lies the North Atlantic Ocean and the South Atlantic Ocean. And we can see this country shares its borders with many countries like French Guiana here, Suriname, after that Guyana, Venezuela, Colombia, Peru, a lot many countries. It shares its borders with Bolivia, Paraguay, Argentina in the south, and Uruguay in the south. So, and here you can see, children, the Tropic of Cancer passes, which passes to the center of India. Please try to see. It passes through the southern part of this country. So this is quite a noticeable thing. You can see in this map different states of Brazil. By the way, this is going to be your homework. You have to note down the names of the states of this country, and you people also have to learn their location. In the northern part, you can see only a few states are lie in the northern part. For example, Amazonas, and they are, area wise quite large, but most of the population of this country we will see is concentrated in the southern part. The reason is in the northern part here in the Amazonas, Paras, you can see this part is mainly occupied by the Amazon forests. Now let's not go into the details of it. I hope you people have understood these things. Now you can see the latitudes and longitudes here. You can see 5 degrees north latitude. Now from here the extent of the country is to till the 33 degrees south latitude. And you can also see the parallels of longitudes here. Now this is the list of the countries that share border with Brazil. French Guiana we already observed in the map. Suriname, Guyana, Venezuela, Colombia, Peru, Bolivia, Paraguay, Argentina, and Uruguay. These are the countries with which Brazil shares its borders. I would like to ask you people to learn these countries and the direction at which these countries lie. Friends, let's talk about the historical background of India. We all know that India was ruled by the British. India was under British dominion for a long time, more than one and a half century. We got independence in 1947, and we faced for a lot many problems in the initial years. Like we had to fight wars with our neighbors, with Pakistan, with China. Then we had to face the famine situation in various parts of the country. Already the country was fighting against poverty. When British left India, it was in utter poverty. So we have to lift the population of the country above the poverty line. A lot many issues that were not resolved. India had to give its attention to these issues. But you see, despite these issues, we people have been able to become a developing country in the world. We are a major developing country. We are looked upon as a producer of the world market. In a global market, in a global economy, India does have a position. It is one of the fastest growing economies in the world. Children, economic reforms that were undertaken particularly in the 1990s paced up India's economic development. The proportion of youth in the population of this country is quite high, and this gives us a demographic dividend. The population of the country is looked upon as a young population, and India is looked upon as a young country in the world, and that's quite a positive thing, and it is going to benefit us in the coming days. Now let's let's talk about the historical background of Brazil. Children, like India, Brazil was also under the rule of a foreign imperial power. The Portuguese ruled over Brazil for um, long time, and Brazil gained its independence in 1822. Now from 1930 to 1985, for more than a half century, it was under a populist military government. There wasn't a democratic government, a military government in the country till 1985. The country has overcome global financial difficulties in the late 20th century. Children, Brazil is seen as a, like India is seen as a producer in the world. Brazil too is seen as a contributor to economic growth of the world, and it is an important market in the future due to its vast size and even population. Children, Brazil, most of the part of Brazil is under forest, and there's a great wealth in this country. This is also a large part of the country lies under forest, so there has not been much scope for agriculture, but definitely sugarcane and coffee, these are very important crops that are grown in this country, and we'll get some more information about these aspects in the coming days. Now, here is a piece of information. We celebrate our Independence Day on August 15, whereas Brazil celebrates it on September 7. Children, we have a federal parliamentary republic. That simply means we have a parliament, and our government is elected from the parliament, whereas Brazil has federal presidential republic. Now, therefore, this country is known as Federative Republic of Brazil. Presidential type of democracy it is. Children, the name Brazil comes from a tree, that is pau Brasil, a local wooded tree. Now friends, let's take this little quiz, and let's talk about the size of India and Brazil. Friends, India, which country is larger in size, India or Brazil? Obviously the answer is Brazil. You people might know India ranks 7th in terms of size, whereas Brazil ranks 5th. After Russia, Canada, USA, China ranks Brazil. So it is the 5th largest country in the world. After that, Australia ranks the 6th largest country, and then comes India, the 7th largest country in the world. If you see, the total area of India is 3.28 million square kilometer, whereas the total area of Brazil is 8.1 million square kilometer. So you can understand it is much larger than India in terms of size. Now let us talk about the latitudinal extent of both these countries. If you compare, yes, again here the latitudinal extent of Brazil is much more than India. You people can calculate it, since you people have already known the latitudinal extent of both these countries. Now let's talk about the location of Brazil and India. Children, if you see in the continent of South America, Brazil lies mainly to the north. A large part of this continent is occupied by Brazil already. And if you talk about India, it lies in the southern part of the continent of Asia. Now, how many states do both these countries have? Children, India, you see, till recently India had 29 states, but now we have converted this Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh into a union territory. So we see there are 28 states in India and 8 union territories. One union territory has got added, that is Ladakh. If you talk about Brazil, Brazil has 26 states and there is one federative district. Okay, so this is all about India and Brazil. Children, if you have any doubts, please feel free to talk to me. You people can ask questions, and that's all for this lecture. There's a lot to learn, there's a lot to know. Please keep learning, keep focusing on your studies. If any help is required, I'm there. Thank you. Thank you, children. Thank you.